What's up, YouTube? It's Skin the Van here, and I'm here to talk about my predictions for YCS Seattle. I know that I haven't done a YouTube video before, with involving Yu-Gi-Oh, and I wanted to get out there and see if, my opinion would matter. And going into Seattle, there's a lot of hype about Mermos, and seeing that they're saying some people are saying that they're tier zero, other people are saying that they're a piece of shit and they're not even being worth to be mentioned in the top tier. Um, I don't think that they're shit, but I don't think they're god tier. I think that the deck will show its true colors at Seattle. If it tops, then it tops, and then the prices will skyrocket, and you know the hype will be actually true and legit, and that's a big storyline going into there. Also, some other decks that might be played, that would have not been played before. The Medolches, they're a big deck that now that most of their support has finally been released, they're I think it's a really good deck, and it has the potential to top 32. I don't think it has the potential to win, but it has the potential to top. And um, we'll see at YCS Seattle. But on to the winnings of who I think is gonna win Seattle. There are three decks in my mind, and I try to stay away from windups and Gyarados because as much as I think that they're really good, too many people are gonna, I mean, system down in Cyber Dragon just sided against Gyarados, and I mean, like, they can't recover from that. You drop Cyber Dragon, and then you just drop system down, and they can't do anything. Yeah, um, I lose 1,000 life points, but guess what? You basically lost it. Um, windups, same way. Needle ceilings, you know, like I know people that are citing Swift Scarecrows and stuff to stop the OTK because, I mean, if you can stop the OTK and then just go Dark Hole, I mean, they're basically SOL because, I mean, yes, first turn Shockmaster hurts. It can be getting over, especially if you're running, like, I don't know, say you're facing Chaos Dragons. I mean, it's like, oh, Card Trooper, Mill, boom, get over Dark and Light, bring out BLS. You know, it's 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 just gonna be. I think it's gonna be a challenge for those two decks. They're very very good decks. I think that they have and will be in the top. But I don't think they're gonna win. And there's three decks that come to my mind that I think they're gonna win. And it was between Asians, Chaos Dragons, and Dino Rabbit. Now, a lot of people are hyping Dino Rabbit, Macro Dino Rabbit, whatever you want it to be, because of its recent success at YCS, where it finally got back to the top 8, and especially with Mermals out now, and you can just main deck Macro, like, no, and it doesn't hurt. I mean, it's a very very good deck. The problem is if they stop the summoning of Lagia or Doka, that's what I see the problem with the deck. A lot of people don't know that Rescue Rabbit's second effect is if they're still in the field, they're destroyed at the end phase. So if you can like Book of Moon, one of the vanillas. I mean, they're basically SOL. They basically lost both of their monsters, and um they wasted a Rescue Rabbit. But it's very very good when you can just first turn Logia and set 4 and say go, and they're just, I mean, It's tough. It's very, very tough. It's a very, very good deck. Even though it's slowed from last format, even though it's lost a rabbit and a Torgue, I still think it's a really good deck. But I don't think it'll win. I just don't. I have that feeling that it'll top. There'll be a top down rabbit. It might even come in second, but I just have that feeling that it won't top. Now I love agents. I think that it's a really good meta call. This format. Just because of the fact that Hyperion is a beast, and that bitch Christia is awesome. But I've been talking to a lot of players, a lot of people, and they say that they're starting to side light in Prison Mirror, and because of the agents, because it's actually an occurring event. They're siding both in Prison Mirrors, but they're siding light and dark, or not light and shadow, and I think the agents have the ability to just go off. If they get Christia out, it's basically a good game. But they're just a little inconsistent. I've seen them draw really, really good hands and really, really bad hands, and a lot of them they can't. A lot of times they can't get out. I think Herald is amazing. I think it's better. It's 10 times better than Effect Veiler, and because you can ditch a light and then summon Christia. I think Herald is so much better than a Veiler, but it, it's just there's something in my gut feeling that's telling me I don't think that they're gonna win, and but I expect to see 2, 3, 4 agents in the top 32. Who I think is gonna win? I think Chaos Dragons are gonna win, and why? Why do I think Chaos Dragons are gonna win? It's really simple. No deck can go toe to toe with Chaos Dragons. I mean, yeah, you might get like the Malefic or something, but they can get out Malefic Cyber and Dragon and just ram over your dragons, but dragons can go off and consistently get out 20, 24 to 3,000 beaters, and they heavy. I mean, they heavy, and it's really good game. I mean, Light Pulsar is just fantastic in the deck, and even though Red Eyes is at 1, they still have that Red Eyes, and they can still bring back all of all of the things that they need. And I think with a lot of people focusing on Mermels and such, and citing, I know that they're citing their main decking macro, and they're the main deck side decking, D-Fishers and stuff, to stop the Mermels and to stop the Dark Worlds and to stop the other stuff. Dark Worlds, I think if it wasn't for the fact that D-Fisher and gem items just wreck their day, I think that they would do a lot better, but it's just the case. But Chaos Dragons, there's just something about them. They have a chip on their shoulder, and I think that they're gonna, because they've gotten second, I think twice now. It's either 1 or 2. I think it's twice at the YCS. Could be wrong. I know that they got second at the last one. But I mean, they have a chip on their shoulder. They're gonna go in, and I think they're gonna get the job done and get a win. But overall, what deck I think it's gonna do the best? I actually think KVKs are gonna do the best. I think that now with Abyss Dweller out, it's such a good, you know, they are not offensively challenged as a lot of people would say, you know, um, and they can just wreck people's day, and they can explode, and they're they are the best grind match. I think they are the best deck grind you top deck. Oh, you top deck what you need, and you get out Gigante X, and you go boom, get whatever you need, whatever version. You get your armor, you get your whatever you need, and I think for all they're gonna do the best. And I think that Kyrgyz will have more top 32 than anyone else, than any other deck. Other decks that will have a strong showing, I mean, Windups will obviously have a strong showing, just because of how many people play them. Everyone says, oh, if you want to win, you want to play, if you want to win, you gotta play Windups. I don't think that's really the case anymore, because of the fact that a lot of decks, I mean, Windups in top 8 at the last YCS. I mean, they like every regionals I've seen, like a lot of them, the windups aren't top 8ing. I mean, they're not. I mean, yes, they're good. I think if you wanted to get a I think if you wanted to get an invite to regionals or something, play windups. You got a really good shot. But if you want a top 8, you have to get creative with your deck list. I mean, side decks are just the most important thing, but I mean, you main deck things that your opponents don't see coming. I mean, like, heroes, main decking. So I mean, yes, it's it's not like I remember in the last regionals. So I had what's it say, heroic champion on the field, and here's a light, and they attack into my they attack with their Thunder King, and he drops Honest. And I was like, shit. I like acted, and then I dropped Honest, and he was like, good game. But like, there's so many different techs that you have to play around, and I honestly think that the main deck is the most important thing. Yes, the side. Everyone says, oh, the side is really good and like really important, and you need to have a good side deck. That's not what I'm saying. It's just your main deck is your basis for everything. If you have cards in your main deck that you don't like, then it's gonna hurt you in the long run. It's like if people try to convince you to play cards that you don't like, then you won't do good. But I'm getting off topic. But yeah, I think Chaos Dragons will win. If you like this video, like it. Comment on who you think's gonna win. YCS Seattle. If you actually watch this video, and you can come back to me on Sunday or Monday and tell me, oh, blah 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 won, or praise me because I got it correct. I don't know. And I'm gonna do more Yu-Gi-Oh content. I want to see though if this gets anywhere. I mean, like not anywhere big, but just anywhere at all. And if it does, I'll post some like decks that I've on DM that I've liked, and